The celebrities are gossiping about drama amid Baldoni.
And that what in fact happened was Justin didn't harass Blake. Blake was interested in wresting control of this movie away from Justin, who was the director and the producer. She was just an actress in it.
Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds may have believed that filing a lawsuit against Baldoni would boost their PR efforts, but they're well aware it could backfire. Meanwhile, new photos of Ryan Reynolds leaving his home state of New York on Wednesday have sparked plenty of buzz and speculation across both the media and Hollywood circles.
Blake Lively breaks cover far from Hollywood as insiders reveal new private battle and creeping regret.
It appears Blake Lively may be regretting the decision to sue Justin Baldoni, as both she and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, are reportedly facing intense fallout from the move. Now let's dive into the backstory of what's quickly becoming one of Hollywood's most theatrical court cases. Justin Baldoni. Yes, the same guy famous for tugging at our heartstrings with It Ends With Us has fired back with a lawsuit of his own. And who did he pull into the legal limelight? None other than Mr. Deadpool himself, Ryan Reynolds, along with his real-life gossip girl, Blake Lively.
So Justin Baldoni, he has fought back yet again. He filed a lawsuit against the New York Times, which he had Brian Friedman on to discuss, saying it had done a defamatory report on Blake Lively's claims that she was allegedly harassed by this guy when they shot the movie It Ends With Us, a film about domestic violence.
Here's what actually unfolded. In December 2024, Blake Lively filed a lawsuit against Justin Baldoni, accusing him of sexual harassment on set. Ryan Reynolds, often seen as controversial but undeniably devoted as a husband, stood by her side and didn't hold back. In a particularly tense moment, Reynolds reportedly confronted Baldoni at his Manhattan penthouse, launching into a heated verbal tirade in front of both Lively and their close friend Taylor Swift. The confrontation only added more fuel to the already blazing media firestorm.
At the Reynolds penthouse in Manhattan, where Ryan Reynolds allegedly bullied Justin so badly that a Sony representative who was there, the production team behind the movie, and her biggest takeaway was, "I am very sorry that I let him get away with doing that to Justin. It was so nasty."
Allegedly, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were pushing for full creative control over the film, from the tone to, as some sources cheekily put it, the mood and maybe even the moon. Insiders claim Blake was determined to outshine stars like Margot Robbie and Scarlett Johansson, and in pursuit of that spotlight, the couple supposedly launched a calculated PR campaign against Justin Baldoni. With rumored help from the New York Times, they tried to tarnish Baldoni's reputation and sway public sympathy, especially among A-list actors. What makes this even more shocking is that Ryan and Justin were once the ultimate bromance duo, cracking jokes at charity events, posing for photos, and basically being joined at the hip. But that friendship reportedly turned to bitterness after what some believed was a fabricated smear campaign led by Lively. Ryan allegedly escalated things by calling Baldoni a deranged predator and even reached out to several creative companies, urging them to cut ties with him.
And then the hit piece had a bunch of text messages and emails between Baldoni and his PR team. Baldoni ended up being dropped from William Morris Agency, which is one of the biggest agencies in the world.
The couple felt bold and empowered by Baldoni's silence. But it seems casting directors aren't fond of aggressive power plays, especially in emotionally charged dramas. When Lively and Reynolds allegedly pushed Baldoni out of his own film and hit him with false sexual harassment accusations, he finally reached his breaking point and snapped.
Baldoni has filed his opposition to Blake Lively's 12b6, and this is turning into an epic battle.
Justin Baldoni has officially fired back, submitting his opposition to Blake Lively's 12b6 motion, and this legal showdown is quickly becoming the stuff of Hollywood legend. Baldoni has launched a staggering $400 million lawsuit against Lively, Reynolds, and their PR strategist, pulling no punches. Dragging Ryan Reynolds into court wasn't just legal, it was personal. Baldoni claims it's payback for the public humiliation and character assassination he endured. Now, with powerhouse attorney Brian Friedman by his side, Baldoni is laser-focused on dismantling Lively's sexual harassment allegations and proving her wrong. And of course, no over-the-top Hollywood courtroom saga would be complete without a bizarre twist. Enter the infamous birth scene. Because what's a legal drama without a wildly inappropriate head placement thrown in for good measure?
Monshine has spoken out against lead actress Blake Lively, disputing her claims of an unsafe and inappropriate filming environment during a key scene in the movie.
In this birth scene, Blake Lively was deep in the throes of a dramatic labor sequence, with the emotional intensity at its peak. Then enter Adam Manson's head, and reportedly, it got a little too close to Blake's lower hemisphere. But this wasn't some surprise cameo, nor was it a road method acting moment. In fact, it was all scripted, pre-approved, and everyone had signed the waiver. The vibe on set was clear. We're making art, people. Blake was on board, her team was on board, and the director likely reassured everyone with a comment like, "It'll be tasteful." And with that, they moved on. But for Blake, that scene wasn't just another moment in the film. She later turned it into a strategic plot twist against Baldoni, using it as a key piece in her legal battle.
Accused director Justin Baldoni of casting his personal friend, Monshine, for an intimate scene that involved close physical proximity to her during a simulated childbirth sequence. Lively described the choice as invasive and humiliating, further alleging that the set was chaotic, improperly closed.
Intro 7. Days or weeks later, the news breaks. Adam Manson is friends with none other than Justin Baldoni. Yes, that Justin Baldoni, the very man who just so happens to be suing Blake and Ryan. Suddenly, Blake is like, actually, that moment was super inappropriate, because apparently the discomfort didn't stem from where Adam's face was, but from whose friend the face belonged to. Truly a masterclass in delayed awareness. Now, is this a coincidence, an uncomfortable revelation, or just painfully awkward timing? The internet seems to think it's Blake trying to rewrite history with a Sharpie. After all, if you agree to a scene, then why retroactively regret it? Every casting director watching this unfold is likely asking the same question. How do you greenlight a scene, rehearse it, lock it, and film it with 12 people sitting around, eating stale granola bars behind the monitor, only to flip the script later? It's no surprise that Blake's move is backfiring, especially when it comes to her sexual harassment claims, ones that Adam's involvement has now helped prove are false.
But now Monshine is publicly pushing back. Quote unquote, "My experience working with her is very different than the one she described in her lawsuit," he told Page Six. "Indeed, I was surprised to read her description of the scene." Monshine explained that Lively was not nearly unclothed as her lawsuit suggests. Instead, he states she wore a full hospital gown, black shorts, and torso prosthetic.
Baldoni has addressed the rest of Blake Lively's claims of discomfort on the set of It Ends with us in a detailed 168-page document on his website. The extensive report includes text messages, voice messages, and behind-the-scenes footage that support his innocence. According to the evidence, Baldoni and Lively acted like friends on set, with the actress appearing comfortable and at ease around Baldoni's team. Journalists like Candace Owens and Megyn Kelly have also analyzed the footage, concluding that Lively appeared happy and relaxed while working with Baldoni. Their dissection of the evidence further undermines the claims that she was uncomfortable during the filming process.
I guess we don't stop.
I have like
Staring, you just stare.
literally we've done it for like 50 years. I think you would find it terrifying. It's literally
You're talking about your spouse.
The footage from the set clearly shows Blake Lively laughing and smiling with Justin Baldoni, and there's nothing in it that suggests any discomfort. While Lively had previously claimed she was uncomfortable during that scene, the truth appears to be quite different. As the evidence stacks up, Hollywood has started to turn on the royal couple, with many in the industry choosing to boycott Blake and Ryan. The backlash seems to be growing as the situation unfolds, and the couple's reputation within the industry is facing serious repercussions.
Words coming in from the celebrities at the Saturday Night Live 50th anniversary asking why Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were even there. Also, Justin Baldoni's lawyer has some choice words about it all.
Blake and Ryan had it all: beauty, sarcasm, Deadpool box office numbers, and that perfectly curated Instagram flirtation. They were the couple that seemed to share inside jokes, sipping artisanal matcha while buying art with a touch of whimsy. They looked untouchable, like the epitome of Hollywood perfection. But lately, the vibes have shifted. The red carpets are getting colder, phone calls are going straight to voicemail, and Hollywood is giving off some serious, it's not you actually, it's you energy. Blake is reportedly being labeled as difficult, overly controlling, and not worth the PR headache. Studios are starting to avoid her, almost as if she's carrying an infectious disease. As for Ryan, once the golden boy and king of sarcastic charm, the guy who could sell a movie, a gin brand, and maybe even a small country in a single tweet, things aren't looking as bright. Everything seems to be heading south for the couple.
Ryan, though, has not hosted. He's guest starred. He was in a monologue once or twice. He's made appearances on Saturday Night Live. He himself has never hosted. Now, it's important to remind everybody.
Let's just say studios are starting to notice that beneath Ryan Reynolds' charming smirk lies a man who might not just want to star in the show. He might want to run it, direct it, and even sue it if things don't go his way. The once untouchable star is now being seen in a different light, and Hollywood's starting to wonder if there's more to the story behind that sarcastic smile.
We help each other, we work together so much. So the iconic rooftop scene in this movie, my husband actually wrote it. Nobody knows that, but you now. He works on everything I do, I work on everything he does, so his wins, his celebrations are mine, and mine are his. I mean, he's all over this.
Hollywood doesn't have time for Ryan's negative energy, especially when there are plenty of A-listers eager to step into the spotlight without a single lawsuit on their record. Meanwhile, Blake is trying to reconnect with her inner circle, reaching out to her girlfriends, A-list pals like Taylor Swift, and even a few Vogue insiders. But despite her efforts, it seems like the connections are falling flat. The once tight Hollywood network is becoming more distant by the day.
Quote, she is confused by the claims in the suit, as her connection to Blake is purely a friendship with no interest in influencing or controlling Blake's projects, end quote. The source insisted, okay, so it's not a name. The source insisted that Taylor did not purposely plan to be there during the meeting, but it sounds like an admission she was there.
That little skit they did. And then we'll talk about everybody making fun of them, like all the A-list celebrities. What are you doing here? Why are you guys here? Do you guys really believe that you're still part of our crew? You crooked weirdos.